Hello, and welcome to this week's Digital Marketing Masterclass, focusing on outstanding digital marketing campaigns and how they achieve their success in the market. This week's podcast is focusing on Greg's release of the vegan sausage roll on the 2nd of January 2019. The vegan sausage roll was brought to the attention of the public on the second day of 2019, carefully selected by Greggs to line up with the increasingly popular British trend, Veganuary, which has had increasing numbers of participants since its origin in 2014. As we can see, there have been over 250,000 sign-ups in 2019 when Greggs released the vegan sausage roll. So we can see why Greggs looked into the increasing popularity of Veganuary to help debut its highly anticipated meat alternative pastry. Now let's look at the advert itself. The first thing that we notice is the imitation of a high-tech, informative advert similar to tech giants Apple. With the increasing popularity of Apple's continuously distributed technology amongst its younger users, we can see how Greggs have adopted this style to create customer awareness amongst their similar target market. With a third of UK vegans being millennials, we can see how Greggs are using humour that is understandable to millennials to be able to connect with them. After introducing the Mexican bean wrap as their first vegan product in 2018, Greggs were keen to expand in the vegan market for 2019, writing in their 2018 annual report, "We have another strong pipeline of new product developments and upgrades, with many opportunities to improve our product offer and further develop our position in the food-on-the-go market." From this, we can deduce that Greggs weren't planning to hit the food-on-the-go market quietly in 2019, and the vegan sausage roll showed exactly that. Greggs wished to create unprecedented national demand for a limited edition product and build relationships as well as target consumers on both sides of the meat-eating, non-meat dispute. Greggs' target audience for this campaign are flexitarians as well as vegans themselves. With the highest concentration of vegans in the UK population being under 35, this is also a demographic that Greggs have appealed to in this campaign. The way in which Greggs have attempted to appeal to their identified target market is the platform they've chosen. As we can see, in the UK, YouTube is the most popular social media app for all age groups, bar 65 to 75-year-olds and 75 plus. This allows Greggs to reach a higher number of people than other media outlets, while still using the most popular source of media for their target market. Further, following their appeal to millennials and the younger generation, Greggs took this campaign next to Twitter, tweeting out the Apple-esque advert to their followers. Using a many-to-many model of communication through Twitter was a clever way for Greggs to create community engagement amongst their target audience and benefit from earned media. As expected, the tweet created incredible engagement amongst the community after talk show host Piers Morgan replied with a somewhat unenthusiastic response, to which Greggs came back with more humour. The next step Greggs took to reaching their vegan/flexitarian audience was by sending the new product to journalists for online reviews. However, Greggs did not just see any journalists tear into their comically packaged pastries. Greggs selected journalists whose audience fit their target market, acting as a partnering touchpoint. One journalist to receive the baked good was Hannah Ewens, a writer for Vice, a media group focused on targeting the younger generation with their forward-thinking views and style of writing, similar to that of the people Greggs are targeting themselves. The review was written with the light-hearted, humorous nature that Greggs had intended, and included many pictures of the over-the-top packaging used. Ewens rated the product out of 5 for various factors, focusing on some funnier aspects, such as flakiness, grease, and looks, as well as some more informative factors, such as the ad campaign and marketing, the value for money, and the comparison to the meat-filled version. This was the perfect exposure for Greggs through further earned media. It allowed more of Greggs' target audience to not only see the product, but relate to it more due to the media channel being personally favoured and trusted by a lot of the target consumers, and the positive words written will have also been a convincing factor. The first thing to assess when looking at how successful a company's marketing campaign has been is the subsequent effect it has had on their finances. As we can see here, despite the drop in Greggs' share price throughout December 2018, the introduction of the vegan sausage roll caused a sudden increase, pushing Greggs' share price up by £1 in 6 days after the campaign's release, resulting in an impressive £13.37 share price and rising further thereafter. The spat between Greggs and Piers ended up creating one of the most talked about things on Twitter at the time, with total online mention for Greggs increasing 6-fold between December 2018 and January 2019, and a 23% increase in the number of followers. This campaign allowed Greggs to benefit from word-of-mouth marketing, whereby Greggs have got people talking about their product at no expense to the business. Also, of the 8 million views the ad received, 6.6 million views were generated for free. Having this form of word-of-mouth marketing is not only beneficial to Greggs for the exposure they're gaining, but for the credibility of the exposure. Due to the fact people have not been paid to talk about the campaign, allows the community to understand that the excitement and comments are more sincere than if they were paid for. Although Greggs offer a very comprehensive loyalty scheme, whereby you receive a free item after buying 9 items from that same category, where, as we can see, categories are split by hot food, pastries, drinks, etc., there are little to no incentives for the vegan products alone on their rewards app, which I believe could be capitalised on. A loyalty incentive for vegan products as a separate category would make the vegan portion of their customer base feel more appreciated, have a better image of the brand in their head, and thus have a better connection with the brand. With taste continuity being a huge driver for repeat purchases in the food on the go industry, creating a loyalty loop for vegans alone and attempting to enroll them in a smooth journey model would put Greggs at the forefront of vegan consumers' mind when wanting to grab a bite to eat. This would allow Greggs to receive continued customer purchases for the foreseeable future. Thank you for listening to this week's Digital Marketing Masterclass. Please subscribe for more.